How was your drive to work today? Perhaps your drive home last night?
A new report says the Twin Cities is the 23rd most congested metro area in the country. We are the 15th largest metro area in the country, so I guess we're doing better than our size.
Right.
I don't know that that makes anyone feel better when you're spending 52 hours a year sitting in congestion.
And then they can calculate that out to $770 per person. I suppose that's lost time.
I mean, my time is worth more than that. That's what we're calculating our time at?
They're saying.
I mean,
Luckily, our position, most of us, morning crew, we come in at like, 2:30 a.m. or something like that. There's no
Your commute's just fine.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that's
Happy
our
hour
advice
congestion is
for
a little
you.
different.
Yeah.
So the real issue here is, yes, we can look at other cities and say there are other cities that are worse. There are cities that are better. I think Wichita, Kansas was the best city in the report, which is stunning. No one lives in Wichita. What do we think rush hour is like there? But you know what? When I lived in a small city, we complained about how your drive would take 2 minutes longer. Like, no matter what, your experience is what
We
it
have
is.
two people sitting here that have lived in LA, so can tell us for real what our commute is like compared to.
Yeah, and you talk about something like this in Los Angeles, and it's like, oh, of course we're number one. Like, people get it. But
You can actually be acceptably. You can be late. You can say, "I'm running late."
Yeah,
People are
it
like,
is
"Oh,
an
it's cool."
excuse. Like,
We'll see you in the.
You're texting from like your couch, and you're like, I'm stuck in traffic.
Yeah, they're like, I got it.
I can't.
I mean, I will say, everybody knows the 405 freeway. There was times, because I lived in Newport Beach in Orange County, and I would commute from Los Angeles down. It took me 3 hours one day, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm done with this commute. Now that's a long time.
But you guys know the reality is most people do not have experience living in larger cities where things are worse. And the concerning thing here in the Twin Cities, I think, is that things are getting worse.
Yeah, right.
So over the last 10 years, our population has grown significantly, and we haven't seen a sizable transit build out, or also expansion of highways is very controversial when you talk to the traffic engineers, because often the number of cars just expands to fill it. So it doesn't necessarily get better by building more lanes.
But
what do you do?
What do you do? Because what is irritating people more? Is it the construction through most of the year? Is it that, people say that, oh, people can't drive? So is it partially the frustration with other drivers? Is it the commute? I don't know. Like, there's a lot. I do know in Los Angeles that because in part to address the traffic concerns, a lot more people are working from home at least twice a week, 3 days a week. Here it hasn't gotten to that point, but I think it's a worthy discussion of like, what can you do?
Well, you look at 35W right now, and part of the reason they're doing 35W, the main reason behind it is to improve the public transit right along that corridor. And it is frustrating for people who use it. Anybody who's coming from the South Metro, it is a pain in the butt. And it has been for 4 years, just like the Crosstown was before that, and 694 was before that. But part of the reason is you hope that on the other side, it will get better.
The next generation will love it.
The frustrating thing is that most of our transit projects done in the Twin Cities have been less than successful in getting cars off the road. So there have been great successes in transit, don't get me wrong, but has it gotten people to switch from car to bus or train? Questionable.